So we've gotten to hear your story. We've gotten to learn about the horrors of communism. What do you tell young people about having faith and grit to pursue something in your life, to pursue a dream, to pursue a calling, to pursue your freedom? What do you tell young people about having drive and perseverance?
So it's many things. I have a young child myself at home, so I practice every day. First thing, you really need to learn, as anybody, that nothing is free in the world. Yeah. When somebody says the education should be free, healthcare should be free, housing should be free, nothing is free. How is that free? Somebody have to be educated to teach you. They don't get paid, that's injustice, right? And this promise is ruling so many American people right now currently, especially at Columbia. They are so entitled, they think everything should be free for them. And because of that, I do think that young people should be really get off from social media and go back and reading all the books that were written by our founding fathers. I mean, I do that myself. I do that. Like, understanding world is a very complex thing, right? Like how are we here? How our country was built? Why some countries fail? Why some countries succeed? And one thing I really want to ask American people is that it's like I asked my classmates at Columbia, like I asked them, like, why do you hate America so much? What about America that disgusts you so much that you want to dismantle the Constitution, that you want to rebuild this nation in the name of collectivism? And they say, look outside. We live in the richest city, and there are homeless people. And there are billionaires. We have inequality. And for me, it was like, what do you mean there are billionaires? You can become a billionaire? You can rise above if you work hard? The enemy is poverty. Enemy is a starvation. Our enemy should never be inequality. Inequality is an actual proof that America is a progressive country. And this message is being lied to young American people, and they keep believing that somehow the inequality is our evil, that we need to eliminate inequality.
When you talk to people about America, and you've learned so much about America, and you contrast that with other places in the world, what does it take for people to have gratitude? I mean, what does it take for people's hearts to change? What is it you see when you speak for people to understand the magnitude of how blessed they are to live in America? What does it take for them, for the light to go off for them to change?
I always wish if there's a magic I can do is that anybody who complain about America, I want to ship them to North Korea with a one-way ticket, right? If you love socialism so much, go for it. There's a socialist paradise waiting for you right there. It's called North Korea. But I don't think that's a practical option. Remember, so many people saying they're going to immigrate to Canada when Trump became a president. None of them have left. And I think there are two groups of American people. One is actually know what's happening, that they know that socialism sucks. But they know there are people who are truly brainwashed and following this ideology. So in order to appease this group, I do think the corporations being woke is really trying to make profit out of it. They are monetizing by being woke because it sells, right? Why Lululemon says they're the anti-racist yoga pants. Everybody at Columbia wearing Lululemon yoga pants. There's a reason for that. But then there's a real, genuine young people I see that they are brainwashed. That I think is gonna be up to parents. It's really, I see that failure in parents. I don't believe that it's a government job or teachers' even job to educate your children. If you cannot find a good school, you really have to find a homeschool. And thank you. I do think that it really starts with like self-government. It's that if we were there for our children from the beginning and made sure they understood what it means to be free, right? What it means to live in a country where there's a freedom, I think we wouldn't have this generation of young people believing that America is so truly evil. So I think that we need to fix education system somehow. I don't know, it's so big beyond me, but I try my best to educate my son so he doesn't turn out to become a communist. I mean, can you imagine?
I'll finish that sentence. You come from communist North Korea, you come to America, and then in America, leftists at the public schools teach her children, teach her child communism and promote it. Unbelievable. And these people, they have no idea what it's truly like. They read books and they think it's a good idea, but they have no idea because they've never experienced the horrors of it. Wow. Profound. Profound. So tell us, you've been able to share your story in so many different places throughout this country. And I'm sure you've seen a lot of people that are following you now and paying attention to what you're saying. What do you attribute your success to? Because obviously your message has gotten out and people are being attentive. You know, they want to follow you and they're engaged. So what do you attribute that success to?
It saddens me whenever I meet American people. They are so apologetic about their past. And so many American people are guilty that, oh, sorry for our past and all colonialism, all of that. And it breaks my heart because my story, as you said, that the fact that I'm able to even go places standing on a stage or going to even Columbia University or anything is that it's a testament how tolerant America is, right? Like the leftists keep saying that America is a racist. Look at America currently. A North Korean girl come here, not even speaking a word of English, can write 2 books, can do anything she wants to do. There is no systemic racism in America. Thank you. I really hope that someday we all realize that we live in the best country in human history. It's better than winning any lottery. And that we can have a pride of this nation. It's not perfect, but nothing is perfect. But by far, this is the best nation that we've ever gotten as a humanity. And this is a nation that give a home to any country, even Iranians, North Koreans, Cubans come here. They find home, they become Americans, and Americans embrace us. When I went to South Korea, guys, do you know why I came to America? Because there was so much discrimination. South Koreans, our people, they were discriminating me because I had a northern accent. North Koreans in South Korea cannot even get a job as a waitress because of their accent. And in America, my friends come here, they work in the nail salon and they're so grateful. They're like, they can get a job. There's no risk. They can start a business if they want. Like anybody can do something in this nation. And that's why we should be proud, because this is a really home for anybody who wants to believe in the principles that we stand for here.
Well, I think we have time for one more question. What do you tell young people about getting involved in the conservative movement and making a difference? How can they make a difference? I think so many of these young people here are hungry, and they're at this conference listening to you because they dream of stepping up, being an influencer and making an impact in this world and in this country. Am I right?
I mean, we needed so many young people like coming out, talking about how wonderful America is. Because do you see TikTok? I mean, there are so many, these youngsters, they lost their mind, literally, and trashing America, disrespecting this nation. But I think to me is that it's in a way, it's random, as I said, or it's God's plan. It's however you want to put it. Nobody moves a mountain alone, right? You need to have that faith. You need to know why you're doing this mission and what you're trying to do, what you're trying to help. And if that's your calling, believe in it. Don't ever give up. And if that is the case, I know how God led me through the literally Gobi Desert. I know He can lead us all to that promised land. So I think it's keeping that faith in the higher being. I think that's the most important thing to me, at least.
Amen.